Welcome. This is Crimey Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence we say the crimson light is life. So the crimson light is our journey to actualizing soulful love. This is where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. This is where we are actualizing soulful love by disentangling Genesis of chapter 1, basically, which might take us a lifetime to do, but it's with specific notion or view to getting the lessons that can help us to become better expressions and versions of who we truly are, really living to our potential. Now, speaking of potential, I believe that the number 10 is so powerful and that it represents that newness or the or aspects of a function or everything that we may need to create, to replenish, to subdue, to have dominion, to be fruitful. Those were the things that God really, according to Genesis of chapter 1, verse 28, had given to us. Now, I consider those as our first set of gifts or first commands. And they were, in essence, I am believing that they were presentations or they were representations of Eve. Now, I say that because, especially in the sense of replenishing or multiplying, and it's not to take away anything because we need all aspects of the whole to create, to multiply, to replenish, to be fruitful. But I believe that this coinciding with number 5 were a representation or of Eve, Mother Eve's presence in that aspect. So again, that may we can use this to confirm the notion that Mother Eve was in creation before that part of what we had been taught about rib was taken out of Adam's side to create Eve. So I have spoken quite a lot on that, but I'm continuing to do so because I believe that forms the foundation of where we move on from there. When we do understand the essence of that which we had learned, but to really see it in a way that empowers us, to see it in a way that instead of us having this notion that we have a discordance with Eve, who had eaten of a fruit, and if had she not eaten of the fruit and given it to Adam, perhaps we'd all be in heaven. That used to be my notion. Of course, I believe that also set the premise for a lot of discordance in relationships between parents and child, particularly mothers and daughters. I believe that in that was that understanding, that was the seed of that discordance. So I am with this attitude now. We want to harmonize and heal from that relationship and really look at the power or the creative spirit of our Mother Eve, or if we want to accept that notion as we learn, but let's look a little bit further in Genesis of chapter 1, verse 1, where it was said, and God separated the waters from the waters. There we could see waters in numerical value equals 5. So we are saying that for the waters to stay above and waters to stay below, that both in heaven and earth was a representation or depiction of that which we are. Hence it is said that we are about 80% water. 80% water would coincide with that which Eve ate of the fruit. It's 8. When we do the numerical value for the word 8 or eat, EAT, it's just a matter of changing the letters and the way it puts us in this column, which is the new column, which is a column where we consider ourselves and we say I. We make reference to ourselves as I. And of course, when we do the numerical value for the word I, it also equals 8. So here we are talking about a way of trying to remedy that riff, which is here, especially in that column here. So in the word sacrifice, which is what we hinge onto, we see that middle, because they are in 3 segments or 3 columns, or we could say, but each 3, when we do the numerical value, we end up with 666 on each. A number I would be scared to say before. Now I am healed. I could say 666 and not be petrified that I'm going to get crucified. Okay, all right. Of course, because Christ have been crucified on our behalf. That's another way of looking at it. Okay, but basically we see that in this column here, when we have this we add these as well, that comes to 6. So the riff in the middle, this is the thing in the middle, RIF, because we have the spirit of sound mind, that would be 9 and 9, 18 plus 6, that would be 9, 24, which is how we get this 6 here. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So we see that this is coinciding as well with the word 8, because we use the word water. This is all intuitively done, water, for part of our template, and in the middle of the water is 8. That's what happened. We can see in the middle of each of these sections, it's as if God had created everything and put man, as we learn, that's what happened, that we could see the template is giving us a presentation or representation of that which we learn. God created everything and put man, the man and the woman in the midst of it. The man and the woman comes, let's just see how the man and the woman came in the midst of it. So, the man and the woman. So God created the man, which was Adam, A-D-A-M. And when we do the numerical value, this is 1414. Now, I am paying attention to 1414 because 1414 seem to have a reflection of the derivative or the history or nature of Eve in this sense. Of course, we learn that Eve came from Adam, but I am believing in fact, AD is meant to be, okay, I won't get too caught up in this, but we could see the AM here. It's like where God said, I am that I am. We could see this am here is 5. This is like, here we see that coincides with the word Eve when we do the numerical value for Eve, E-V-E. This is 5, 4, 5. When we add this together, we get 14. 14 when we add, so here this is what I'm talking about. It's as if Adam also took on the aspects or name or characteristics of Eve. So there he would be able to see that mirror reflection of himself or of Eve in him. This is how I am understanding this. And it's no wonder as well, the word, when I say mirror, the word mirror, M-I-R-R-O-R, also comes to this is 4, also comes to 10, I believe. So 9, 9, 6, 9. So if we do 4 9s, 36, plus 10, which is 6 plus 4, so that would be 46. 4 plus 6 is 10. So this is what we are doing here. 46 goes in direct correlation with the word sacrifice. That's mirror. Mirror is 10 and it goes in direct correlation with sacrifice. There we are saying, we are learning that Christ was the second Adam, meaning when we do the numerical value for the word Christ, Christ, he carries 1 5. Okay, let's just do this. 3 8 9 9 1 2. Of course, 9 and 9, 18 plus 2, 20, and 9 would be 29, 32. So we do this, 3 plus 2 equals 5. So we can see from here that when we learn about Christ being the second Adam, we see how that 5 has come into play. But Adam, of course, when we add Adam together, that equals 10. So the way we know it is to say 5 and 5, 2 5s here, 2 5s. It's 10, of course. This is how we count. And we also see that Eve is one of the 5. So basically, if we add Eve and Christ together, would be 10. Here, if we add Eve and Adam and Eve together, would be 6. This is what we are focusing on now. But I brought the point of the mirror to show the construct of the word Adam. But what we want to see is that when God placed man, or he placed the man and the woman in the garden, in fact, I think it does say the place the man in the garden, but it's okay. The man and the woman in the garden, there we see that they became 6. Now, in numerical values, because 5, this is Eve, 5 plus 1. Let's do this. Take this away. So this is 5, 5. This is 10, and this is 5. So 1, of course, because we are only working with the 1 value, because that's not, so it's 1, although we do look at both constructs or aspects of the number, and then we have 6. So 1 plus 5 equals 6. Okay. So 1 plus 5 equals 6. When we see God place man in the midst of the garden, we could say really that God placed man in the middle, right here. Man and woman, Adam and Eve, were right here. They were in a new state, but they only realized this new state or this newness. That's when Eve ate of the fruit, where we have the number 8. Of course, where she was able to say I, making reference to the self here, or the whole. It's really the whole, but the eyes were open in a position to see the whole. Meaning, when you're here, with this 5 is the middle number, which could be like a pyramid, we could say, with 4 letters or 4 words on either sides, and 5 would be on the top, because this is 5 here. So we could say that they were in a position to see on either sides. Okay, so that's where man and woman were in the middle. This is how 10, we could say, became 6. We could say that. Okay, all right, or became 5. They were in the middle. This is how 10 shows itself as new. It's in that new position. So Adam and Eve, of course, because Adam, as I say, is 10, and there we could say even the I as 1 stroke is also looking like that 1. Now there's another thing we could see with Adam. We have done this before, and I'll just do this roughly. When we add numbers from 1 to 4, which is on this R here, having the same numerical value as R and I, also 9. When we add these together, we get the number 10. So it could be said that from here to number 4, this is meant to be 4. It's like a cross, meaning the 4, your north, south, east, and west. From here to there, so from you doing your jazz to developmental street is where you are really doing Adam. So it's at this point, it's where Adam and Eve got together in the new section. And that's where the story began to unfold. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found it fun. And do join me on exploring this at a deeper depth and the number 10. And I'm going to look at the word mirror in reflection to Eve and Adam and how these are really helping to make sense of our world, of our life. Okay, so if you like this presentation, click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be a field, because we are planting new seeds, and stay ignited. Namaste, and spill over with love.